Namaste, viewers. I'm Vibhuti Jha. This is Sanatan World. Wanted to talk to you about how we Hindus are under a relentless attack, and it's global. That's why I'm saying TCS to Texas. In every single form, in every single way, we are under attack. Just imagine the most peaceful community in the world, our religious practice, our Sanatani practices are most peaceful, all embracing, most accepting, and most respecting of every other faith, is under attack by everybody else. It's an irony or a tragedy, I don't know. But it definitely is a matter of concern for all of us. It ought to be. If not now, when? That's the key question to always remember. That from TCS, I'm talking about the recent corporate jihad that we saw. We have heard about and seen various kinds of attacks on us. Call it jihad, call it Joshua Project, call it the conversion mafia, name it any which way you want. But we are under relentless, perpetual attack. And this is a matter of serious concern. This ought to be a matter of serious concern. In Texas, in the United States, we are being vilified as if we are the ultimate evil in the world. Even our contribution to the US economy, the 1% population that contributes 6% of the taxes, we are not a law and order problem anywhere in the world as an immigrant community, but we are being branded as evil. The right wing fanatics of the religious kind, the left wing fanatics of the communist kind and Islamist kind, they are all attacking us. It ought to be a matter of serious concern. And I'm repeating that deliberately because sometime it must register in you, me, and everybody else. We can't afford to take things lying down anymore. Got to do something. Whether you want to begin a peaceful dialogue, debate, doesn't matter, but begin somewhere. There has to be a voice of protest that has to be done. If we don't, we will suffer. Now, the latest thing that we have heard about is TCS, where a police investigation, a sting operation, if I may use the word, led to finding that how Hindu women of all varieties, from SC, ST, OBC, and everybody else, were being targeted for conversion to Islam by Muslim employees of TCS in Nashik. We have seen something which is very tragic. This conversion mafia against Hindus and Sanatanis is rampant all over the world. Remember, more than 150 countries practice Christianity as their way of belief. More than 57 countries, or about 57 countries, are Islamic countries. So 207 countries are not practicing Sanatanis. There is only one country that practices Sanatan Dharma, that is Bharat, and that also declares itself as a secular country. I have not known of any country in the world that has put secularism and socialism as part of its preamble, which was done in 1971 when Mrs. Gandhi imposed emergency in the country to protect her prime minister's seat. Having said that, let's take this matter even more seriously. Women in India are accorded a very prized position. We are the only living system in the world where the women have been accorded the position called Shakti, Durga, Kali, all their manifestations of various swarups. Not only that, Saraswati, Lakshmi, various things are so very endemic in our way of life. I'm saying, where are those Nari, where is that Nari Shakti in our women to fight that? Why there is no revolt? Why there is no open condemnation? There is. I will immediately add here that there is condemnation, concern expressed in many social media platforms, but there is none happening as an uprising on the street. Why there are no women marches happening? I see this every now and then. Whenever there is Muslim women, see them whether any part of Europe, they immediately wear their burqas and go on a public display of their own strength. Where is Indian Hindu Sanatani Nari Shakti on the street? And I'm also taking equal responsibility for Hindu men. Where is your Purusharth? Where is your Parakram? Where is your Pratishtha? Why is it not coming out in the open? Why are we taking things lying down? It's an important matter. When a woman of a community are attacked, it is an absolute responsibility of all men, all women. After all, we practice the concept of Ardhanarishwar. Why isn't that rising in us? This is very, very significant for all of us. Remember one thing, it's very important to bear in mind that, you know, love jihad is actually denoted with conversion practices. I talked about this on another show of mine today, that love jihad is focused on conversion. And when you convert a woman, a Hindu woman or a Sanatani woman, to any other faith, you lose the mother's womb. And when you lose a mother's womb, it operates as a double whammy. Think about it. If one Hindu girl marries into Islam and converts into Islam, she is then producing whatever the birth rate in that community is. It's a net loss to you, to use the business language. It's a net loss to every single Hindu practices. It's like a soccer game. You are down by to win a game, you need only one goal. But if you are down by a goal, you need two to win. You understand the meaning of double whammy in this case. And that's what is important for everybody to understand. And this love jihad is going on for quite a while. I remember Mansoor Ali Khan, the famous cricketer who married Sharmila Tagore. I recently read that a cricketer of that time had said that Mansoor Ali Khan Patori was very happy that he had taken a girl away from Tagore family and converted her to Islam. Likewise, his son, Saif Ali Khan, took care of Kareena Kapoor from a Kapoor family Khandan to convert her to Islam. Kareena Kapoor Khan, whose son's name is Tipu. Think about it. These are not trivial matters. This ought to be a matter of concern. And then you see the famous Shah Rukh Khan marries a Hindu woman. Amir Khan, third marriage with an Hindu woman. So is the story of, you know, Amir Khan. It's Amir Khan, Shah Rukh Khan, Saif Ali, all of them, as if there are no Muslim beautiful girls in Islam. I'm sorry to say, I believe there are plenty of beautiful Muslim girls in India, anywhere else to marry. But they search for a Hindu girl. Ever thought about why? I know love is blind. I have fallen in love and married. So you love is blind, but it need not be blind-sighted. You do not suffer from a blind spot. And that's what is happening in the country today. You know what I'm concerned about is that how they practice the art of subterfuge and sow the seeds of victimhood in everybody. Remember the story of Pakistani men doing grooming gangs in UK. It was a very serious matter, but how the UK government has kind of pushed it under the carpet. It's happened in TCS. We know Lenscraft also showed Hindu festivals in a very disparaging way. Why are we Hindus falling for all that trash? What is it? You don't like your faith? But remember one thing: Hinduism, Sanatan Dharma, is the only dharma in the world. Others are religions. We practice dharma. Ours is the dharmic conduct. We worship nature, we respect God's creation, and we call things in that manner. We are the true, liberal, free, practicing faith in the world, the only one. Christianity and Islam, I have personally no problem with them. I have never had any problem with them. And I say this, I've said this before, and I say this again to Muslims and Christians alike. I have absolutely no problem, Christian friends of mine. If you have found Jesus to be your ultimate savior, I'm very happy. Leave me to my Krishna, leave me to my Durga, leave me to my Shiva, leave me to my worship and prayers. Why can't you leave that alone? Leave me alone. And to Muslims, Allah is supreme, He is great. Follow everything that He said to you to do. Allah said that to you, not the hadith and whatever. Will somebody translate it? And sometimes I feel that there is a lot of mistranslation that is not understood correctly. So the point of the matter here is very simple. We have to let the world know that we are the authentic, democratic, liberal, free, living faith in the world. Only one. Others have their conditions. Others have their mandates. Others have their code of conduct. We are free. Pray or don't pray, what you do defines you. We have a karmic way of life. This is very important to understand. I totally understand that these 12, 15 minutes of video is not supposed to create a revolution. My purpose is only one, is to convey to you the message. This is the time for us to use the technology in a manner that messaging reaches the world. And the messaging is, we are under attack because, I want to let you know this, we are under attack going on for a long number of years. Even this TCS expose that has happened, what does it indicate? It was going on for a while. It was planned, plotted, and schemed quite a while ago and then implemented. Why are we sleeping? Don't we have our nose to the ground to know what's happening in the communities around us? Why do we ignore that? It's a fundamental question that I'm asking of us. And I really admire and love what Sadhguruji said some time ago. If you don't take responsibility for your actions, you become responsible for what happens to you. Everybody in India knows what Joshua Project is. It's a detailed project. You have to Google it to know that how the Christianity wants to convert India to a total Christianity. How the project is mapped out. How Islam does it, you know it. It's at the call of the sword. Nobody must forget what happened in Kashmir. Convert, leave or die. Right? I'm asking every Kashmiri, every Indian, did you ever ask Omar Abdullah and Mufti Mehbooba Mufti to apologize for that? I don't think anybody has asked. I have. I have sent message directly to Omar Abdullah on his tweet, and I have said this many times, as I'm doing today. If Kashmiri Hindus want to resettle in Kashmir, then they have to demand a complete unconditional apology and retraction of that statement, convert, leave or die. If you don't, it will happen again. Likewise, it's for Hindus. You stand for your own rights. If we do not stand for our own rights, why would anybody care for us? I just want to leave these thoughts with you. Conversion is a sin against God's original intent. God is the ultimate magician. He's the same God that created you and I and every living thing on the planet and gave everyone same life sustaining forces, whether it is O2, H2O, energy, or whatever you say. It's the same for everybody. Every human being has their own designated body parts that performs identical function for everyone. What is common for everybody is the oxygen, CO2, water, H2SO4, energy, space, and everything else. That's common to everybody. An apple and a banana are the same all over the world. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to rise up. We have to fight. If you don't fight, how long can we live a life of being a sitting duck? That's what my problem is. And that's the messaging that I want to reach out to you. That when Mr. Trump was shot, he got up shouting, fight, fight, fight. It's such an endemic element of American social life, American political life. Every senator, every congressman always uses, I think everybody must be using the word fight at least 7 to 10 times in his day. We got to fight for it. When are we going to fight? Have we ever thought about it? When will we show our Purusharth and Parakram? Our history is also full of those Parakrams and Purusharth. Purusharth is not about manliness. Purusharth is about karma, dharma, of doing. So, with that point of view, I am asking all of you, when will you arise, awaken, assert, and act against all things that are attacking us? With these thoughts, I want to close today. My final thought, as always, is please like, subscribe, and support me. Support our channel, the work we are doing. Without support, your support, we won't last long. We won't go far. So we appreciate your thing. You have plenty of choices of channels on this subject itself, but I appreciate you watching me and listening to me today. So as I say, Satyame Vijayate. For Satya to triumph, for truth to triumph, you got to stand up and fight for it. Thank you.